What's up everybody, I'm Kenny and welcome to the third and final video of the Preparing for Law School and Undergrad series. This video is about preparing for the infamous LSAT test. Oh my God, the LSAT. So what can I say? When you're preparing for the LSAT, you got your analytical reasoning, you got your logic games, and you got a read section, and you also have the writing section. So there isn't really any preparation for the writing section, so we'll just put that aside. So what I did, I used Khan Academy. It's free. It's advertised on the LSAT website. That's what I did. I got a decent LSAT score. It was nowhere near where I wanted, but also I was full-time. I'm a full-time student. I had a part-time job and I was working an internship, all while trying to prepare for my LSAT. So I didn't really have too much time to just dedicate it. I watched plenty of other videos of when I was preparing for take the LSAT. I was watching videos on videos, watching reviews on different study materials, and the common denominator was need time. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. Give yourself plenty of time. And when I say time, I don't mean a week, I don't mean 2, I don't mean a few days. The common number I've seen is about 6 to 8 months. So you have to start early. And when I was hearing that, I was like, I don't think you need that much, but you might actually need it. And the reason for that is you want that highest score possible. You really do get that scholarships and to get those acceptance letters to those elite schools. And again, like I said in the last video, you have to realize that people applying to law school aren't just coming straight from undergrad. These are people who are working regular jobs, 9 to 5 or whatever. And they have the time and preparation to put into the LSAT. They come home, they go to work, get their shift over with, and then they come home and they study. They study. And they're the people who are getting those 170s, 160s, and they're getting into the best schools and getting paid to do that. So you might want to model, if you can, just allot as much time possible that you can. Studying for the LSAT is not fun. It's not. I know when I was studying on Khan Academy, it felt like I just kept getting the same stuff wrong over and over again, and I couldn't never get away from the school. I was practice testing in like 147, 148 range, and I could never just break into the 150s. So I got really frustrated with myself, and some days I was just like, no, I don't feel like doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself through it. So I would get down on myself a lot because I really, going into it, I wanted to get a 170, got a 148. I just didn't get it. Maybe I'm just not a test taker type of guy, but I feel like I was just getting the same stuff wrong over and over again on Khan Academy, and I got frustrated. The logic games, I learned a lot of I watched the videos start to finish, all of them. And I tried to apply rules that I was learning in the videos to the questions, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it just wouldn't. So that's just me. I've researched things like doing Kaplan, the LSAT Bibles, all that type of stuff. If you have the money to do it, do it. Another girl I know that goes to my school, she did Kaplan. She got a 172 on the LSAT, her first try. I was so jealous, but I just have to realize I didn't have the time nor the money to put towards Kaplan. It's a lot of money to do it. It's a lot of money to apply to law school. It's a lot of money to take the LSAT. So I had to cut the corners where I could. I knew I would have to apply to a lot of law schools. I knew I would have to take the LSAT. I took the LSAT twice. Got the same score both times. I knew I would be taking the LSAT more than once. So I knew I didn't have as much money to put towards studying. So if you find somebody to help you with it, find some type of way to pay for a personal tutor. That, from what I've seen, that is your best bet. But it all comes down to time. If you're like me, you like to procrastinate, you like to have fun, and get schoolwork. Once you go to school all day, come home, do schoolwork, and then you gotta work on the weekends like I did. And you don't feel like making yourself mentally exhausted taking the test. But if you put all you can into it, the outcome of it will feel so good. Because if I would have got a 170, I would have been so happy. I'm following my score now because I've gotten into law school. I'll be attending the University of Kentucky. But if you do want to use Khan Academy, what I would say is make sure you watch all the videos, take notes, absorb all the tips that they have, and do your best to try to apply them, shape them to each question, because none of the questions, you can take the practice test over and over again as much as you want. They have designated practices for each section, different types of questions, but none of the questions ever repeat themselves. So I would say is try to be flexible with what you learn. Don't think that everything that you learn in the videos applies to every single question that you go up against. Practice, 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 practice. I didn't practice too much on the reading section. I can't remember how well I did on the actual test, but actually give yourself enough time so that you can dedicate a month to logic reasoning, dedicate a month to analytical reasoning, dedicate a month to the reading section. Make sure each section, you don't have to actually do, okay, January, February, March, but the amount of time allotted to each section needs to have a lot of time. You need to practice everything to the maximum potential, because those LSAT scores matter. It's a combination of your LSAT and your GPA. They take your GPA and your LSAT score and compare it to the median that is already at the school. So say you want to go to a school that has a median of a 3.6 GPA and a 155. You need to be at either a 3.6 GPA and a 155 LSAT or higher in order to get those scholarships. Yeah, if you're a little bit lower, they might accept you, but they're gonna give you little to no money. And going to law school is really, really, really expensive. And depending on where you go, your cost of living could be just as expensive. So you don't want to have that double whammy. You're gonna want to go to a school that's gonna, offer you something to help that financial burden, because you don't want to accrue a lot of debt. If you're like me, you accrue debt in undergrad. So you don't want to have that debt also on top of debt because of law school. And law school is more expensive than undergrad is. So you're gonna want to go to a school that's offering you the best deal, a good education for the best dollar. And nobody can help you get that dollar but you. So it's all about the time and effort that you put in. Well, that was the final video. Make sure this is the first time you're seeing me, you go back and watch all 3 videos. You don't have to watch them order, you don't have to watch them in particular order, but you need to watch them. If you're anything like me, or if you're interested in, going to law school, becoming an attorney, or anything in the legal field, I have some pretty good tips, and I hope they help.